everybody. How's it going? So I'm Daniella. I'm your concept to market strategist here on the West Coast, which pretty much means I help you take your concept from your kitchen table into the world. I love working with designers and creatives because creativity is my favorite thing ever. What is your big idea? Can you tell it to me? The other thing is I coach people on how to sell and open up doors. In fact, I wrote the book on it. I'm saying that because today's the 2-month anniversary since I released Looking Good, the 10 Commandments to be a Sales Rockstar and Fashion Startup Playbook. So I wrote a book. I just can't believe I wrote a book. I just wanted to share. So there's so many things that are happening right now in the world that are just unthinkable, were unthinkable 6 months ago. For the fact that like everybody is home for one, and not only that, like I used to love going out to eat with my friends, and now when I see them, I walk around the block. So everything has really changed, but there are some really radical things that have happened, and being in the business of fashion and helping lifestyle brands grow, helping designers and creatives really learn how to sell their collection and really take it to action and be in motion about things. There are specific things that have been happening in the business, and it's taken a little while. Some people are like, no, I can't really make the shift. And other people are like, yeah, I made the shift really quickly. But there's specific things that have been happening. And I think it's just time to kind of share how to catch up, how to nail it. So with so many trade shows having gone online and with such a different experience, having written a system about how to be a sales rock star and how to nail it, how to be a trade show warrior, well, now it's all different. Now it's all virtual. And I had a really great talk last week with WWG Magic with Kelly, who's heading up the shows. And it's just really remarkable. I mean, the largest trade show in the country, which is normally like 4 days of just unparalleled excitement and energy for 4 days of like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, an entire huge global movement is now shifting online, and it's shifting into 8 weeks. And there's so many other trade shows that are following in suite because absolutely nobody can sit still. This is the new life. This is the new way. This is the current momentum. We have to shift. We have to adjust. We have to find new ways. So it took me a minute. It took me a few minutes, but I really kind of had to figure out like, what is the pulse of the people? What is the pulse of the energy? What is it that people need? How do we best serve them? So having said that, it was really fun to share tips last week about, what is it? How do you be a trade show warrior virtually? How do you be a sales rock star virtually? So I am here today to share 5 things. That's it. I got lists and lists and lists upon. I got like hundreds of things, but also I could work with you one-on-one so you could figure out how to move your ship in the storm. But today I'm just going to share 5 tips to help you be a trade show warrior in this virtual new landscape that we have, with the idea that the trade shows like Magic is starting this week, but the virtual trade show movement is not about to change. So here's just my 5 tips. Ready? 1. From a sales perspective, it is sales yoga. It is time to stay calm and breathe and ask a lot of questions. Ask people in your network, ask your colleagues, ask your buyers, ask your friends. Just ask really simple questions like, how do you make a grilled cheese sandwich? How do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Just really, really go calm because people have been a little bit numb. So just, take a deep breath. Ask a lot of questions. Simple questions before you go in for like, your full story, what you're doing and your purpose and everything like that. Just ask really simple questions. Sales yoga, number 1. Also just remember that like sales, you're sharing your art. Art makes people happy. You're sharing color. Color stimulates people's brains. You're solving a need. Somebody needs what you have. And lastly, like you're making people's lives better. So, those are just like, sales yoga tips. Just You're making somebody's life better, but just go slow and ask questions and listen with intent. So that's number 1. Number 2, just keep in mind, what are people in the mood for? I mean, you have like 2/3 of people home. You have kids are home, high school kids are home, college kids are home. My husband is home. What are people in the mood for? You kind of have to ask that. Like 65 million people are home, working from home, doing life completely different. So what are they in the mood for? Most people, they're in a wear now, buy now, live now, be now mood. And it's just really hard to plan for the future. I mean, you might invest in something because you're going to have it for the long term. But like, it would be really irresponsible for me to go out and buy a really fun, cool party dress without like knowing when I could wear it. So just keep in mind, what is it that people need right now? And maybe they're going to be buying aspirational pieces, of course, because they'll need it later on, or they might need it right now to fill their life. But just really hone in on what is the mood of the people and be true to your art. I really want designers and creatives or people with a brand, any type of professional, to be true to themselves and be true to their art and deliver what you love and deliver what you're good at. But right now the medium might be different. So maybe right now it's delivering things on more comfortable, more basics, more cozy. Maybe it's more of like, maybe you're a swimsuit designer, but really just like focus on like the shorts and the t-shirts. People can't go to the pool every minute of their life. But just whatever the medium is, maybe it's more t-shirts and casual wear, whatever it is, just keep in mind the mood of 65 million people are right now at home. Deliver what they need today for an eye on the future. So that's number 2. Got it? Mood of the people, number 2. So number 1, sales yoga. Number 2, mood of the people. Number 3, I'm calling this like your party Zoom house, right? We all live now in boxes and they're digital and they're on a screen. So what do you need to do in your new party house? This is how you're going to be delivering content to your clients. So make your Zoom house really nice. Great background. Is it in line with your brand image? Make it really nice. Renovate. Just renovate it. Put in some new lighting. Put in a good background. You can even, if you're doing like a digital background, if you have like a green screen, you're doing a digital background, you could absolutely create some looks in advance. So one would be more for during the day, and then you could have an event, and maybe you're having like a lunch and learn, switch it up to a restaurant. If you're having a happy hour, you could switch your background to a bar. But just, renovate that house to your needs, but make sure it creates some good energy and vibes so people can actually connect with where you're at. Make sure there's some good lighting because people want to be able to see you. So that is 3. The party Zoom house. Number 4, hey, how do I turn this on? Where are you guys? I call it like give directions. Number 4, give clear directions. Where is it that you're meeting? What time you're meeting? What people can expect? What are their passcodes? And critically, if they have any problems, who do they contact? Because usually things in technology go really, really smooth, right? Like the first time you log in, everything's perfect, right? Not so much. Everybody's figuring it out and things are constantly confusing, but everybody wants to be part of it. Everybody's brains are awake. Everybody's minds are working, but people need directions. It seems so logical and you could tell people 1,000 times, but as somebody who's pretty good about following directions, it's not until I'm in a system where I can really process how it works. You could tell somebody 12 steps to do in technology, but it's not until they're in the system that they can figure it out. So just give really clear directions, tell people what to expect, how to get there, the timing, when there's going to be presentations, when there's going to be learnings, when they're going to break for lunch, when we're going to have coffee, what to expect. And have a place for people to call or text. Maybe you want to create like a separate WhatsApp chat. You want to have a separate text messaging, something. Give people a place to like, I'm in, but what do I do next? Like a place where people that can so easily, quickly troubleshoot. So number 4, clear directions. That you got it, right? How to be a virtual trade show warrior and sales rock star. Number 4, clear directions. And lastly, so one more thing, don't forget it. One more thing. This is the real part. This is when you're actually going to get into showing your product, showing your line. So when you're online, time needs to keep moving. The wait time that would happen at a trade show, ultimately you want to have the same results as a regular trade show. You want people to be energized. You want people to have an experience. You want people to be educated and informed. But what's lacking on the digital format is that moment where you have a breathing room. There is no real breathing room when you're digital. That kind of can be an uncomfortable moment. So what's the best way to sort of like move really quick, maximize people's times? have your presentation laid out on your computer because you're live. Experiential is the most important thing. I feel like pre-recorded isn't as like fun as when you're live. But so like have your tabs set up in advance so you can quickly toggle in and out of things. If you have models that need to try on clothing, for example, that should be pre-recorded so that way you can just quickly press play and show things. You want to keep the conversation going as seamlessly as possible because people kind of are like in and out and they don't really know what to do if there's pauses. So show your products. I don't have a title for this. I'm just going to call it show your products smoothly. So that is number 5. That is it. But I do have one more thing. Before you close out any conversation with anyone, last tip, and then I'm going to let you go. I promise, just one last tip. Just don't forget your call to action because back to the instruction piece, people need to know where to go next. It's easy to hand people a ticket and say, see you later at the event at 8 p.m. tonight. But be really clear. Like you need your next call to action. When are people going to see you again? What should people do next? You have to be really clear and give really clear directions about what to do next. But don't forget that call to action. And on that note, I'm going to say, I'm Daniella Platt. I'm a concept to market strategist. I help people take their ideas from the kitchen table into the world, and I help you sell it. I'm the author of Looking Good, The 10 Commandments to be a Sales Rockstar and Fashion Startup Playbook. I have a free guide to sales and the business of fashion. It is available on my website, which you can find at lookinggoodyeahyeah.com. You can also text me here, just throw your little handle in, and I will gladly send it over to you. So again, it's on my website. It's lookinggoodyeahyeah.com. Oh, I forgot. You have to put in /free, or just drop your number below, drop your handle below, and I will get it to you. I wish you tremendous success, and I hope you nail it. Bye.